I know I've touched on this topic before, but I think it's important. I'm talking about comfort and building up resilience to pain. Life is painful. We all know that life is difficult. However, what we tend to do as a species is we try and make things as comfortable as possible. Now, this is okay, and we're moving away from discomfort, but the problem is if you're comfortable for long enough, you tend to get weak. And this is what we're seeing with our society today. People are becoming emotionally weak. And I believe that this is part of the issue with cancel culture. People are not used to getting their feelings hurt because we're so comfortable. And you think about how comfortable you are in America. America is very comfortable. Last time you slept, it was probably in a bed. Last time you used the bathroom, it was probably in a bathroom with a toilet, running water. Last time you ate food, it was probably decently fresh or at least warm, So none of this is struggling. That's not struggling. Now we have our own struggles, yes, different video. But the problem is when we make things extremely comfortable, we become weak, and then little tiny things that probably wouldn't bother you if you were stronger tend to feel worse than they actually are. We move away from discomfort, right? So when things are painful, when things hurt, and you think about uncomfortability, right? Uncomfortable emotions doesn't make them negative, makes them uncomfortable. Doesn't mean they're positive or negative emotions. Emotions, they exist. But some of them are more uncomfortable than others. When you have stuff like depression and frustration and anxiety and anger, resentment, the feelings you get from those are way more negative and can be extremely intense. And then what happens is the feelings are connected to your central nervous system, and that's why you feel it in your body. You do a body scan and you can feel where you're holding the feeling, right? Like anger or frustration or depression in the chest or in the stomach, sometimes in the throat. Our survival mechanism is adapting, right? So eventually you are going to adapt and move away from the pain that you're feeling and the discomfort. You're going to move away from that. Ways that people move away are many times unhealthier in the moment and in the long run, although they feel good in the moment. So for instance, when you're depressed and frustrated and angry and all these uncomfortable feelings, you're going to move away from it. And this is where like drugs, alcohol, pornography, gambling, sex, video games, social media, addiction. Here are some things that you can implement to help you adapt better to the hardships of life. Number one, like I say, breathe. Take a deep breath. Understand that these feelings hurt, but they're not going to kill you. Journal about the future. Journal about what you want the future to look like. Write down some goals. How are you going to get those goals? Those will give you purpose in the times that you're, through hard times. Those will give you purpose because now you have goals, purpose, you have something you're moving towards. You talk yourself through it, right? The feelings are not going to kill you. They're not. These thoughts aren't going to kill you. Sitting with it is extremely uncomfortable, but sitting with it alone is going to build resilience because you know that it's not killing you, and your body records this. It doesn't forget. So because it's recording this, eventually you do build up, you adapt to it. You build up that resilience. Force yourself to exercise. Force yourself to exercise. You may not feel like exercising, but if you force yourself to do it, I'll go into the benefits in a second, but you eventually create a habit where you're so used to forcing yourself to do it, you don't say no when you're being forced to do it. And what that will do is build up a resilience to stress. The benefits of exercise are not just physical, they're also mental. Then you can take on more stress, you can have more children, work more. But if you feel that you're giving into your feelings too much, then coaching yourself through it, breathing through it, making sure that you're exercising. But the truth is, you do have to take care of yourself. You adapt to it, you build up that resilience. Stay thirsty, my friends.